hasn't it just been amazing to see the city sort of expand with diversity?
Most of these people aren't even
With people from like
they're not even from up here, are you?
No, the migrants from like Burkina Faso.
The migrants are shit, all right? They're pedophiles. I filmed it the day they got off the bus in Manhattan. I'm the first that fucking did it, and most of them were male, and most of them are military age.
Can I say
shut
one?
the
Can I
fuck up.
say one thing? So actually, what people don't know is like the migrants actually have.
Take your communist bullshit and get the fuck out of here.
So the migrants actually.
I know a lot of these cops. I'll have you thrown out.
A lot of the migrants have like huge cocks.
99.9 is
No.
not seek asylum, you dumbass.
I got cucked.
Look, you liberal motherfucker, get out of here.
I got cucked by a migrant,
Get out of here.
and he had a huge cock, and it was very satisfying.
Yeah, the motherfucker.
No, the migrants have huge cocks.
How's that? Go fuck yourself.
No, I would let a migrant fuck me with his huge cock. I'm sure she got cucked by a migrant, but people don't realize once you've been cucked, that's one of the greatest fears in life, to be unworthy, to be left behind. But once it's happened, you're free. We're here live to meet my favorite person in the world, the queen, the go, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We can expect a high-intensity rally. The election is at stake here. You're not going to want to miss the confrontation and the interview that I have. Bernie, can we end all private property?
The betrayals of the revolution by Lenin and Mao were necessary in order to make Marxism a universal church, in the same way that Paul's betrayal of Christ was necessary to make Catholicism a universal church.
Everyone has the right to go to at least 2 ballet performances every year. New York Ballet.
All right, deal. That works.
As long as they start admitting trans people into their company. Unless they admit trans ballet into their company, we shouldn't offer it as a free service.
But there
We simply
should be
shouldn't.
a specific one. Well, no. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
When they're fully developed into the trans, then
Yeah.
when they're fully and completely
Yeah.
evolved into the trans, then
Then we can give everyone in this line gets to see 2 free performances every year of trans ballerinas
I don't know how to answer that.
with healthcare.
And it's the same thing with anarchists. When they call themselves democratic socialists or anarchists, they're just trying to disavow the perceived excesses of the Soviet Union.
And why is that bad?
Because it's dishonest.
David, what's your stance on cuckolding?
Who's that? So basically what I have to say is that you can suck my dick, bitch ass nigga.
You're acting like a woman.
Anytime. Yeah, I am. I'm a proud cuckold, yeah.
Don't worry about my passion, bro.
I'm a proud. We've already seen MAGA supporters shaming liberals for attempting to make reparations to their BIPOC comrades.
I would say that Lenin was a revolutionary, and I think that the socialist revolutions in the 20th century were ultimately for the better for all of the respective countries that they occurred in. But it was certainly an advancement over the Tsar, I guess is what I'm saying. And would you rather have the Chinese Communist Party or the Kuomintang? Because those are your historically realistic options.
Can they even be people of color if they're voting for the Republican Party?
I think voting is immoral. So I don't believe in voting at all. So I don't think that's a fair question to me. That's not an applicable question to me. Hope that makes sense.
Well, why were you yelling at him then?
Oh, because he was raising his voice at me. I had to defend myself. I can't just fold over like a baby. I have to, stick up for myself. He wasn't mad at me. He was mad at the perception of me. He thought because I had a press badge that I'm pro AOC. I'm not pro anything. I'm pro love and peace. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, but don't you think like lecturing someone who's a person of color is kind of not a good move?
I am a person of color. So that's weird you would say that. That's kind of awkward for you, isn't it?
What color?
Oh, you're just assuming my ethnicity because of the way I look? That's really weird of you, man. You're not that different from him, matter of fact.
I'm actually out here. I gave someone $20 from the ATM. I'm actually out here doing the real work of ground-to-ground reparation.
I've devoted tens of thousands of dollars into various communities throughout my life, yes.
Well, I volunteered hundreds of hours at the soup kitchen. All the lies Republicans have told their black constituents. I mean, I feel very unsafe and triggered by this guy talking about how we're not doing enough to help them out.
Timothy McVeigh was a right-wing terrorist in the mid-'90s, The mainstream narrative about him is that he read this book called The Turner Diaries and became like a racist militant and took out the Murrah building as response to Waco. Waco, Ruby Ridge, and the Oklahoma City bombing were all part of an attempt by the FBI to infiltrate these right-wing organizations and provoke them into doing terror attacks so that there could be legal justification for the militarization of the police.
Biden said we shouldn't fund migrants getting gender-affirming care.
Okay, but yes, but as my wife was a former. I have a family that was formerly undocumented. Look,
Yeah.
Trump
We need to get them gender-affirming care. We need to be funding that.
I work. It is funded. It is funded. I work for Elmhurst Hospital.
Yeah.
We do gender-affirming care.
For migrants.
Yes, for anybody. We don't ask.
They compensate it.
What do you mean? Are the migrants compensated?
No. We're funding that, right? It's free for them, right?
It's free or within the sliding scales. We don't ask. I work for New York City Public Hospital System. Does not ask immigration status. We're not allowed to. And gender affirming care. I know we do it, but and we have a tremendous program in it. Look it up. We have a tremendous program with the.
I was thinking about it actually.
Because America never went through a feudal stage of development, and I think that that's what's crucial. Because a lot of the labor movements that exist in Europe evolved out of labor guilds, right? And labor guilds formed a necessary composite part of feudal governance. But since we didn't have labor guilds, we have relatively lackluster labor unions.
So what's the hope for communism in America?
Oh, we're totally fucked. We might realize that we can't be this like terroristic settler colonial, empire that we really want to be, and just become a social democratic, welfare state, which would be my dream. That's why I wanted Bernie Sanders to win in the first place, but he didn't.
Would you ever date a Republican?
No, God no.
Why not?
We're just completely, our morals don't align. I'm like, if you don't believe some people are human beings, if you don't believe that people deserve basic rights, no, it just won't work out.
Why do you think they became so immoral?
Why? I mean, there's historical reasons. There's also a lot of like tricking the working class, putting the working class against each other. I mean, a lot of like I don't know, Republican support. There is grassroots Republican support.
Do you think there is like intergenerational kind of plantation owning in their blood, that DNA of like slave oppressor?
DNA?
Or that, because it's there for trauma and stuff?
I don't know about all that. That seems like a level I'm not too sure about, honestly. But
I'm not conspiratorial when I say that the American government tested HIV vaccines on American soldiers potentially without telling them during the first Gulf War, and a lot of them developed illnesses about it called Gulf War syndrome that the government just denied for years until like 2008. They said it was psychosomatic.
Like, do you have any kinks?
Kinks? I understand what you mean.
Like, I'm into cuckolding. Like, I like watching my girlfriend with another man. Do you have any kinks you're into?
No, none of those things. I'm an old man, so I'm more politically active.
I like this. That's hot. I like that you have your hand around me. You're turning me on. If you have over $1 billion, that should be at least a felony.
You won capitalism. Like, congrats. Let's go back to zero, and you can do it all again.
I heard Bernie speak, and he said some things I don't agree with, like two-state solution, and Israel had a right to defend itself. I actually disagree with that pretty strongly. I'm glad to see the pro-PAL group here making noise and sharing these flyers, challenging people's understanding of the candidates that are more on the left side of the Democratic Party. So,
And like, how long have you guys been together?
us too?
Yeah.
7 years.
7 years?
Almost, yeah.
Like 7 years in, how do you keep things spicy?
Oh, come on. This is part
We
of the
didn't know it was going to go here.
Yeah.
We come to rallies.
Yeah,
We do things together.
That's part of one of your kinks.
It is
don't
now.
know if it's a kink. It's a bond.
It's a bond. Yeah.
Would you ever dress him up as like an IDF soldier? I don't know.
What?
Oh, no.
That's not a
No,
kink for me.
That's,
That's
come on.
Or maybe
Highly
like
revolting.
maybe like a Congress.
No.
Maybe you could be a Congress. You could be like, hey, Congressman, you want to change your opinion about Zionism?
Wait. Don't count this out. Hang
Yeah,
on.
kink
Think
is,
about this one.
I don't know. Kink doesn't
He's
drive
into it. I like my boy right here. I'm into some freaky stuff, bro. I like it. We're trying to keep it. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, I got into like You guys ever heard of like baby play or whatever?
Oh my God.
No, where is this going?
Yeah, I didn't. What is this show again?
Socialism now. Yeah. But like we want to, keep it fun for people, humanize it.
I'm very square. Sorry.
Oh
guys.
yeah, no, baby play. It's like it's not necessarily sexual. It's just like when someone, like my partner, they kind of watch me play with like blocks and stuff. You know what I mean? And
There's this good Zizek bit about how the first thing that rioters do as soon as like all bets are off and the rules are down is they go into a store and they just take all the shit in sight because we can't help but be consumers even when we're just outside of like normal politics,
I went to a dominatrix convention actually.
Wow.
Very informative. Have you ever been to one of those?
The dom or the sub side?
I'm more probably submissive, like I like watch over for the. I strike you as what, like a cuck?
A little, not a cuck. I wouldn't say cuck. Just
I mean, I am too. Yeah.
It's okay to be sub.
Yeah. I actually yeah. Have you ever tried cuckolding?
No.
No, we have not. That's.
No, we're not going to. That's
No, you don't have. I mean,
that's not my thing.
okay. You don't have to be judgmental.
I never say never type, but probably know.
Yeah.
Probably know that.
We actually tried it. There's a guy because we live in the East Village. Okay. So there's a lot of migrants like Compton Square Park. Yeah. So there's one migrant from Burkina Faso that we met, and then my partner, they're BIPOC. So I felt like it's like I didn't want to feel like I was sort of being like white, like ownership and stuff like that.
Fair point.
9/11, I don't think there's any reason to believe that it was literally an inside job, but I think that you can metaphysically believe that it was an inside job, right? Because we created this we essentially sponsored right-wing fundamentalism in like the Central Asian territories like Afghanistan in order to prevent the Soviets from taking over Afghanistan, right? So we created, the Islamic fundamentalism that we then fucking went to war against. And then the first Gulf War, we armed the Iraqi. Those were our weapons that we said them that they were then using against us because we wanted to use them to fight off Iran. So, I mean, American foreign policy is really just where the worst parts of capital come out. There's no, that's why Joe Biden and Donald Trump will do the same thing in office regards to Israel-Palestine because Americans don't have any power over foreign policy, so they can just let capital have free reign.
The migrants have huge cocks.